Dear students, and welcome back to our English class. In today's class, we're going to be looking at another season. Now, we've seen two poems based on the monsoon season, and in today's class, we're going to be looking at a poem based on the winter season. Okay, so this poem is set in any Western country which experiences the winters and the snow in the winters. And let's quickly read through it to see what this poem is all about. Okay, so we have here talking in their sleep. You think I am dead, the apple tree said, because I have never a leaf to show, because I stoop and my branches droop, and the dull grey mosses over me grow. But I am all alive in trunk and shoot, the buds of next May I fold away, but I pity the withered grass at my root. You think I'm dead? The quick grass said, because I have parted with stem and blade. But under the ground I am safe and sound, with the snow's thick blanket over me laid. I am all alive and ready to shoot, should the spring of the year come dancing here. But I pity the flower without branch or root. You think I am dead, a soft voice said, because not a branch or root I own. I never have died, but close I hide in a plummy seed that the wind has sown. Patient I wait through the long winter hours. You will see me again. I shall laugh at you then, out of the eyes of 100 flowers. Poems by Edith M. Thomas. Okay, I'm sure even by just the first reading that we've had, you kind of understand what the poem is about and how there are three, parts or three elements of nature that we have in this poem. So in the first stanza, we have an apple tree which does the talking. In the second paragraph, we have a grass that does the talking. And in the third paragraph, we have a seed which does the talking. Okay, so that is the interesting bit of the poem. And you will also understand that since it is the winter season, it's snowing around. And these three, the apple tree, the grass and the seed, they are all covered in snow. Okay, at least the apple tree can be seen, but the seed and the grass cannot even be seen because they are under the snow. They are under the blanket of snow, as you would call it, right? And yet they are conversing with each other, which is again proof that they are not dead, they are alive. Okay, and the start of each of these stanzas is, you think I am dead. Okay, so it just goes to say that in the winters, nature, especially the tree, the grass, the flowers and the seeds, they appear to be dead. But here they are talking and telling us that although they appear to be dead, they are actually all alive and waiting for the winters to get over. Okay. Anyway, let's look at the poem here. The first stanza says, you think I am dead, the apple tree said, because I have never a leaf to show. Now, I'll just show you a picture of an apple tree so that you understand what it looks like in the summer. Now, if you look at this is a video that I have. And you'll see that not a single leaf there is just the branches, and they're stooping, they're bending. You know, it looks very weak. It looks like it may fall any moment because that is, the state of the tree. And then what's important is not a single leaf and the snow there. Okay, so this is a picture of an apple tree. So this particular apple tree says, you think I am dead. And why you think I'm dead? Because I have never a leaf to show. There's not a single leaf. In the winter season, I have lost all my leaves. I'm not as good looking as I otherwise am. Okay, so I look like I'm dead. Okay, and to add to it, I stoop. Stoop means bending. You know, it's not erect anymore. It's kind of bending. And my branches droop. Branches droop simply again it's the same thing. It's moving forward and bending. Okay, that is what it means. It's sagging basically. Okay, it's not erect anymore. Simply means that. Okay, and the dull gray mosses over me grow. Moss, moss is that greenish color thing that you will see on trees, especially during the rainy season. You will see it a lot. It's the dark greenish things. If you walk on it, it is a little slippery as well. Okay, but you have mosses even growing on trees, on the barks of the tree or the trunk of the tree. You will have mosses growing. But in this case, it says, the apple tree says that on my tree, the dull gray moss over me grow. So the moss is growing over this tree and it is dull gray, and you will wonder, okay, mosses are usually green in color, why is this dull gray? And it's dull gray because of the snow. It looks gray, it's not really gray, it just looks gray because of the ice thing, okay, the snow, the white part of it. Okay, so the dull gray mosses over me grow. So these are all the elements which make me, or these are all, the features of, not really the features, but these are all the things that make me look like as if I'm dead, the apple tree says. Okay, now, so although it appears that I may be dead, the apple tree clarifies here, it says, but I am all alive in trunk and shoot. Okay, so I cannot be dead. Why? Because I'm alive in the trunk. Trunk is, the main part of the tree. Okay, so I'm alive there. That means I cannot be dead because my trunk is very much alive. And shoot is basically, that small part of the in the tree. Okay, from where the new maybe a leaf or a new branch will grow. That is the shoot. Okay, so if the tree is alive in trunk and shoot, it simply goes to say that the tree is very much alive. The tree is not dead. It is, even though it's harsh winters and there's snow growing over it, and even though it has no leaves and its branches are drooping, it is very much alive. Okay, the buds of next May I fold away. Buds basically, again, they are the small parts that are, they are the first growth of the tree. So the buds of next May, and May we're really talking about the summer season, I fold away. So it is hidden. Again, if it has the ability to grow the bud, it's proof that it is growing. The tree is growing, and that is again proof that the tree is very much alive. So it just looks from the outside that it is dead, it is drooping, it is sagging, but actually it is very much full of life. Okay, so the buds of next May I fold away, but I pity the withered grass at my root. Okay, so it says, rather the tree, it says that it is very much alive. And why it's alive? Because it's alive in its trunk and shoot, and it has got buds that it has folded away. These are all indicators that the tree is very much alive. Okay, but at the same time the tree says, you know what, I pity the withered grass at my root. Okay, so right at the bottom of the tree is the grass. Where there is land, there is grass. Okay, she says, I am very much alive, but the tree, the root is, definitely dead. So I pity it. The winters are so harsh that the roots have died, right? And withered really just means, kind of basically dead. That is what it means in this case. It doesn't necessarily mean dried up, because it is difficult for something to be dried up during the winter season. So it simply means here that it is destroyed. The weather condition was so harsh that the root is destroyed. So that's the reason why the apple tree pities the root. Okay, then in the second stanza we have, now this is the grass talking. Okay, sorry, it was not the root that it pities the grass which is at the root. All right, so in the second stanza we have the grass which is talking. So the grass says, you think I am dead. The quick grass said, quick grass simply means that the grass is very much alive. Okay, the alive grass. Okay, the quick grass said, because I have parted with stem and blade, but under the ground I am safe and sound, with the snow's thick blanket over me laid. Now, interesting part here. I told you that during the winters there are so many layers of snow that is formed. It's like a blanket. It's very thick, the layer of snow that is formed on the ground. So especially grass will not even be seen, and for this will happen for many months. If you go to foreign countries, especially a country like Canada, you'll see that it's like a freezer, the place itself. You can't see any greenery around. Okay, that is how bad the situation is. So grass is on the ground, and it's really, the size isn't too much, so it gets completely covered. You can't even see it, right? But here the grass says, you think I'm dead, the quick grass said, because I have parted with stem and blade. Parted means I have lost my stem and blade. Okay, and I'll give you a picture to show you what is the stem and blade of the grass. So if this is our grass, okay, this part is called the blade. You must have seen this. This is called the blade of the grass, and this part, okay, even lower down, that is called the stem of the grass. Okay, so it is clear that the top part, which can be seen basically of the grass, the top part of it is lost. Okay, it could not stand the condition, the weather, the harsh weather. So this is gone, and even the stem, that is also gone. Okay, so that is the situation of the live grass. But yet, what does it say? So even though it has lost in the stem and blade, but under the ground I am safe and sound, with the snow's thick blanket over me laid. Okay, so on the top of it, I may have parted with my stem and blade, so I appear to be dead. I appear to be dead, sorry. But under the ground, I'm very much safe and sound, and I'm very much alive. I just have the snow's thick blanket over me laid. That means I'm fully covered in snow, so you can't even see me. Now, question is, how come it is alive? How come the grass is still alive when it has already lost its stem and blade? It says here, I am all alive and ready to shoot. Should the spring of the year come dancing here, but I pity the flower without branch or root. Now this again is your clue here. The reason why the grass says that it is alive, although it has lost its stem and its blade, is because it is alive because of the root. The root is very much alive, and you know that the root is the beginning. If the root is alive, then the tree is alive, or the grass is alive. If anything, in fact, is alive, if the root is alive. Okay, so the reason why the grass says that it is very much alive despite the harsh weather conditions of the snow is because of the root, because it has roots. So it says here, I am all alive and ready to shoot. Shoot means to spring. I am ready to grow all over again. Should the spring of the year come dancing here. Okay, the spring is the season that will follow the winter season. So the grass here is simply saying that when spring comes, I am ready to shoot because I am very much alive. And why I am alive is because of my roots. My roots are underground, so it is safe. It is safe from the harsh conditions of the snow. Okay, so don't worry about me. You apple tree, you are alive because of your trunk and because of your the shoot and the buds that you show. That is proof that you are alive. In the same way, you cannot see my roots, but underground they are very much present, and that is enough for me to live. That is what keeps me alive. So I am very much alive. Okay, that is what the grass says, the live grass says here. Then in the third, one more thing which I missed. It says here, but I pity the flower without branch or root. Okay, so we have seen that the grass does not have a branch. It doesn't have any stems or anything left, but it has root, therefore it survives. Okay, but the flower is a completely gone case. You know why? Because the branch it doesn't have, so that cannot let it survive. Neither does the flower have roots. So again, the flower will definitely not survive the winter conditions. So and I told you, during the winter season you can't even see flowers because they just disappear. Okay, so the grass here says that I pity the flower because it does not have branch, neither does it have roots. That means the flower is definitely dead. Then in the third paragraph we have the flower that is talking. So it says here, you think I am dead, a soft voice said, because not a branch or root I own. So this is the flower talking. She says, you think I'm dead because I don't own a single branch or root. And you're right, I don't own a single branch or a root. But I never have died. She makes it very clear, I am very much alive, I never died. But close I hide in a plummy seed that the wind has sown. So how is the flower alive is because the flower exists in the form of a seed. And the seed was sown by the wind. Okay, so you know that it's the wind that will carry the pollens. Okay, not just the wind, in fact even bees will go and carry the pollens from one plant or one flower to the other, and then the seed is formed. So the life is very much present in the seed. So the flower will come, it will grow from the seed. The seed is enough basically to keep the flower alive. So it just says here that the flower exists in the form of the seed. So the flower is very much alive, and what protects the flower is the hard cover of the seed. It's a plummy seed. Plummy seed simply means it's very hard, so it will not break and it will not die, but it will be strong enough all throughout the winter, and once we have the spring, once we have the sun, it will grow again. Okay, so that is the beauty of the flower, how it survives the harsh condition of the weather. Okay, so it says here, I have never died, but close I hide in a plummy seed that the wind has sown. Patient I wait through long winter hours. So she has to be the most patient among all of them. because she's only in the form of a seed, okay, and she really requires the sun in order to grow, even the others, but more for the seed. Okay, so patient I wait through long winter hours, you will see me again. I shall laugh at you then, out of the eyes of 100 flowers. Okay, every time I read this poem, especially this last stanza, I can just picture a scene with 1,000 different sunflowers, and I'm sure you've seen it maybe on your laptops, or sometimes they exist as screensavers. So it's a scene like that. She says that scene is so powerful. I'm going to grow into 100 different flowers, and I will laugh at you. I'm going to laugh at you, apple tree, and I'm going to laugh at you, grass, because you thought I'm dead, but I'm actually not dead. I'm very much alive. Okay, and you will see the abundance of life that I have, because I will create so many different flowers. I will grow into so many different flowers. Okay, so that is the poem here. It's a very simple poem. It's enjoyable, thoroughly enjoyable, in fact, even though we don't really experience such harsh weather conditions back here in India, but we can relate to it, and we can understand this interesting conversation that must take place between uh, an apple tree, or the grass, or a flower, and how they brave through the harsh conditions of the winter. Okay, so it's a brilliant poem, and again, it's just a very, very enjoyable read. Okay, so that is it. We will stop here.